Hi, I'm Sailor Moon, and I'm Luna here. And today we're going to talk about Jarrett, or who died yesterday. Now, what I know about Jarrett is that, well, he was a wrestler, and he was a wrestling business owner. He ran about three online wrestling businesses back in the day: the CWA, USWA, and TNAW in its early days. Well, what else did he do besides that? Well, he also worked as a writer in WWE from 9 between 93 YL to 9 between 95 YL. And, well, at the end of the day, he's mostly known for being the father of Jeff Jarrett and mostly known for starting up wrestling businesses or buying them and then selling them to someone else. You know, yes, he also worked for WCW at one time too. So yeah, that was also known. Um, well, that's not that as much as I know about him. Like to say, I don't know how many. I don't know what kind of winnings he won. You know, he may have won some winnings. I don't know. He was, well, what I knew about him was mostly from being a wrestling business owner. When he started the CWA, which yes, Jeff Jarrett started out in. He ended up buying the WCCW for Fritz Benerick and then renaming it the USWA. And Jeff Jarrett was in there too before he ended up selling that over to Jerry Lawler. And he also started up TNAW, which would become IW 20 years later with his son Jeff Jarrett. So yeah. And also being a writer in WWE at one time too, from 9 between 93 YL to 9 between 95 YL. Spent some time in WCW, I guess, as a writer, man, a street follower there. Um, but that's mostly all I know about him. You know, that's mostly all I knew about him. What would you know about a Jerry Jarrett, Luna? Well, what I knew about him is what you knew about him. That he was the former owner of the CWA, the USWA after he bought it from Fritz Benerick. Um, TNAW, at least for before it became IW 20 years later, and working as a writer and a street follower in both WWF and WCW. Um, but that's all I knew. That's all I knew about him. You know. Well, he now I do know that he is now up in heaven now with God and Jesus now. He's at rest now, good stead. He'll be missed. You know. And other things, that's all I know about him. Now I know there's going to be someone out there that knew a lot more about him than I did. Someone who knew everything that happened to him. Knew his whole life and everything. Well, I don't know. So anyway, it is what it is, you know. Um, that's all I know about him. Which is what most, or not all, but some wrestling followers out there knew about him. There probably been some other things that he'd done. I don't know. The winning winnings. Not that back to the winning winnings. Luna, I don't know. You're right, Luna. I don't know if he did win any winnings or not. All I know is that yeah, he may have been a wrestler. I think. Who became a wrestling business owner, started up the CWA with Jerry Lawler, and then when that got shut down or whatever happened to that, and then ended up buying the WCCW from Fritz Bednarik, and then renaming that the USWA, before ended up selling that to Jerry Lawler. And then years later, he started up TNAW with his son, Jeff Jarrett, but ended up selling that ownership over to Pana Strength in 2005 YL. Well, they said 2003 YL, but I think most likely he probably sold it a lot earlier than that, but kept running it up until 2005 YL. And that's all I knew. You know, that's mostly what folks know about Jerry Jarrett. You know. So anyway, yeah, Jerry Jarrett is now up in heaven now with God and Jesus now. He's at rest now. He's at a good stead. He'll be missed. You know, what he died from? I don't know. He could have died from old year. You know, he did have a pacemaker, or known as a run maker in his heart. But he had that put in years ago. But that's really all I know. So anyway, you want to end this, Luna? Yeah. If you like this film, then falls over here at Sailor Moon for Life. Watch the last film we made yesterday over here. You know, with Sailor Moon and Sailor Earth talking about the hacking and the fake flaggings that happened. I, Luna, I, Sailor Moon, and we'll see you later. Bye.